can't start my review on the Pixel 6 Pro without mentioning that Google basically changed, well, everything on this device. As mentioned in our unboxing video, Google followed Apple this year and is shipping Pixel devices without a charging brick. Also gone is the back-facing fingerprint sensor that has now been moved onto the screen as an in-display scanner. While I was a little bummed about this, I quickly realized how much more convenient it is to have a fingerprint scanner on the front side, and I'm grateful every time I activate my phone now. While we still have a subtle G logo on the back of the phone, there's now a massive camera strip layout situated towards the top of the device. We'll talk more about the camera a little later on, but I am personally a fan of this new design cue that Google has taken. Although I'm usually not a fan of camera humps, I do like that the phone still sits flat on a surface, even without a case. At a starting price of $899, Google has made a few updates under the hood as well. Gone are the Qualcomm Snapdragon processors that have monopolized the Android space, and then for the first time is the proprietary Google Tensor chip. Combined with 12 GB of RAM and 128 GB of storage, I honestly have had zero lag using the Pixel 6 Pro. I recently returned from a trip up north with this phone, and it's kept up with me the whole time. Although I haven't been able to test out many games on the Pixel 6 Pro, I've surfed through various apps simultaneously for work and have found limited loading times while switching between tasks. Although from a benchmark perspective, it doesn't seem like the Tensor processor matches the highest performance numbers on the market, I can say that without a doubt, I think the Pixel 6 Pro can power through even the most difficult of professionals' workday. The Pixel 6 comes in 3 colors: Stormy Black, which we are reviewing today, along with Sorta Sunny and Cloudy White. As someone who loves watching Netflix and YouTube on their phone, I fell in love with the curved display on the Google Pixel 6 Pro. I found it made the phone look more mature, modern, and was just a great overall viewing experience. Without the case, I do think the phone is a little slippery to hold, so I would highly recommend a case with this device. With a 6.71-inch Quad HD panel, the display is pretty big, and as a woman, I had trouble fitting this phone into my jean pocket or smaller purses. The 19.5:9 aspect ratio with a pixel density of 512 ppi made it great for watching videos, and despite its larger size, I didn't feel awkward holding it in my hands. This year's Pixel 6 Pro has a resolution of 1440 by 3120 and utilizes an AMOLED display that refreshes at up to 120 Hz. All I can say is everything looks pretty darn good on this phone. Colors are vibrant yet natural, and whether I was viewing a photo or browsing Instagram, the Pixel 6 Pro provided a fantastic viewing experience. The best word I can use to describe it is beautiful. Whether I was out in the blaring sun or sitting on a dimly lit plane, I was very satisfied viewing things with the Pixel 6 Pro. With a new generation of Pixel phones comes a new generation of Android. The Pixel 6 comes with Android 12. I honestly think Google did the right thing to integrate the first dramatic redesign of the hardware to go with Android 12. Probably the most noticeable feature on Android 12 is the dynamic functions that make your device feel more customizable. Widgets look more modern, colors appear to be more responsive, and you can even choose wallpapers and icons that automatically adjust to pair with other settings on your phone. I found the layout in Android 12 to be familiar to what we have previously seen, but with a more modern touch. It really is Material You. There's also additional security features, such as more options when it comes to location settings and privacy. Ultimately, Android 12 feels freshly new, and that pairs perfectly with the brand new image of the Pixel 6 Pro. 3 years of software updates are also still standard on a Pixel. As we've seen in previous iterations of the Pixel, there's a lot to like about the cameras here. The back includes 3 cameras with a 50-megapixel main sensor, a 12-megapixel ultra-wide, and an additional 48-megapixel telephoto lens. On the front, we have an 11-megapixel hole-punch camera that sits in the middle of the top display. Honestly, this is probably Google's best camera yet on the Pixel line. Not only are these specs quite good on paper, but they perform very well too. Night sight still works great in most low-light scenarios, and photos rarely come out blurry and pixelated. Colors are also captured accurately. There's also some new software features that emphasize Google's promise to improve on its camera AI, such as Magic Eraser and Real Tone. While I thought Magic Eraser was a fun feature to have, it probably needs a little more refinement before it reaches prime time, where you could bypass Photoshop or other editing apps for serious work. When it comes to video, the Pixel 6 can shoot 4K at up to 60 frames per second. With a 5003 mAh battery, I found the Pixel 6 Pro powered through its battery life fairly quickly. Although a full charge can definitely get you through most of your day, I had a few longer days traveling where I was happy I brought with me a portable power bank. If you're using apps that keep the camera or GPS on frequently, you'll also notice that the charge is drained more quickly. Despite having fast wireless charging at 23 watts, I personally felt that for some reason, the Pixel 6 Pro did not charge that quickly. I'm not sure if it had to do with the accessories I had with me, but it did seem to take longer to get juice in. You can also reverse charge the device as well, which helps if a friend or other device needs some battery too. Although this is great to have for emergencies, I just can't see the Pixel 6 Pro being able to share much battery life with another device given its own average battery performance. I love my Pixel 6 Pro. While it's not the perfect phone, this 5G-enabled device is a huge upgrade in my book, and Google put all the effort into the right places to make this a fully competitive and functional phone. For those looking for a clean, stock Android experience with all the great features we've relied on in a Google phone, this has probably earned my highest Pixel recommendation yet. Not only are the specs great on paper, but for $899, the price of the Pixel 6 Pro undercuts some slightly higher competitors with better software, a great display, and potentially better camera as well. Are you thinking of getting the Pixel 6 Pro? Let me know what you think in the comments below. I'm Lita from Sypnotix, and I will see you next time. Bye! So the other day, I was on a Zoom call at work, and I just dropped everything I was saying, and I told them, subscribe.